last 15 minutes. We have the 2007, 2016 BU Complete 40 coin presidential dollar set. No? What's happening? I'm telling you.
This is a steal. I've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
There is no set, modern issue set, out there today that is more difficult to put together than this set right here.
Why is that?
Well, the United States government wants us to use dollar coins instead of dollar bills. They desperately want us to do it. It saved the government $50 to $100 million a year.
Really? Oh, because dollars don't last that long.
Yeah, they last like 18 months. This will last like 18 years. So they make coins and put it up. But people, look, we like our dollar bills. We're just not going to give them. The only way they're going to make that happen is if they stop making the dollar bill. And for some reason, they just refuse to do that. I mean, in Europe, the smallest bill's like $6, five euros.
Yeah.
You know, in Canada, I think it's $5 bill.
But we still make the,
We still make the dollar bill. So they wanted us to do that. They said, let's do the presidential dollar series. Maybe that'll turn it over. No,
maybe it'll kickstart it.
Yeah, not so much.
Not so much.
Not so much. So what we did here is the United States government decided to do a complete series of American golden dollars, 4 per year, with the presidents in the order of presidency.
Oh.
Starting in 2007, so George Washington, Adams, Jefferson, you just keep Madison, you just keep going right on down. In the exact order of presidency. So in 2007, it was a big deal. They released millions of them into circulation. Nobody cares. 2008, they release a few of them into circulation. Turns out, still nobody cares. So by 2009, they said, okay, well, we have to make them because by legislation, we have to make the coins, but we're not going to release them into circulation. So from 2007 and 2008, the mintages absolutely crater. They go to nothing. And you can't buy the coins individually. You have to buy them in rolls of 25 or bags of 100.
Oh, man.
It's the only way to get it's basically the only way to get the coins because they're not available at the bank or the post office or anywhere in the general stream of commerce. And people just didn't pay that much attention to them. And so many of these coins are virtually impossible to get. Well, I'm giving you the entire collection. Brilliant uncirculated, every single presidential dollar, you get this box and this box, 40 coins for $139.90, less than about $3.50 a coin. Now keep in mind, the face value is $40.
Yeah.
The individual airtight holders, 59 cents times 40 of those, $25. The boxes are $10 a piece. So what you're gonna have is you got 10, 20, 30, so you're basically $100, $2.50 a coin. $2.50 a coin for sold out, limited edition, brilliant, uncirculated, complete presidential dollar set.
You couldn't get them if you wanted to.
No, you can't get them. You can't find them in circulation. You can't find them anywhere. Nobody sells them individually. And when they do, like I said, I got a nationally advertised catalog here. They don't even have all of them. But if you look at them, I mean, the lowest price they have is about, on average, $5. So they're going to be a minimum of $200. Buy your own, buy your own thing. But many of them are more than that. I mean, like the Lincoln's
so
like
5 times the face value is the least amount.
Is the least amount.
The least
Lincoln
amount.
goes up to about $7. Lincoln's always more money. So yeah, the lowest price they have is $5 a coin.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the lowest price they have. It goes from $5 to about $7 or $8 a coin to be able to get these, and they're not getting any easier. So you're looking at $200 to $250 somewhere right on in here at $130, and then find your own packaging, which is another $45.
Imagine if the government decides to stop making the dollars and forces us, then these will become the first. I mean, how crazy?
And these are all
would that
sold
be?
out. They made the last one in 2016. Right there's the very last presidential dollar. So this series is complete. So there's nothing else that you need to add to this. So this is absolutely positively complete. By the way, it's a 39 coin set, and as nature abhors a vacuum, so do I. So does Mike. And so we've included a 40th coin down here. That's the reverse. That's the reverse of all of the coins, which is Lady Liberty holding the torch, as you can see. So that's the reverse of all the presidential dollars. Now, there's a couple of cool things up here. And I gotta take my glasses off for this so I can see up close. So if you look at the George Washington, this was a big deal. If you'll notice, nowhere on the coin do you see "In God We Trust."
Why?
So people are saying, why did they take that off? They didn't. They put it on the edge of the coin.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, E pluribus unum and "In God We Trust" is on the edge of the coin. okay, as well as the date. 2007 is on the edge. It's edge lettered.
Because they were running out of real estate to get out all the business.
Well, they wanted it to be nice and clean. They wanted a portrait. They just wanted the portrait of the president. The problem with that is that's not something that we want to be around. So the United States government, we started putting "In God We Trust" on the front of the coin, front and center. We're not going to have that hidden on the edge of the coin. So after that, you see "In God We Trust" added to the coins is what's happening. Okay, see right there, "In God We Trust." Instead of on the edge, they moved it from the edge to the front of the coin, and it was there after 2008, as a matter of fact. But you still have "E pluribus unum," and the date of the coin is still on the edge of the coin. But "In God We Trust" came front and center on the coin. So while this doesn't show it there, it is on the edge for those first years, and so that's what happened. So it changed as well. And you may have on your card last time I sold this. We always tend to sell them out.
I do not have that information.
It's probably been about a month, 2 months, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, something like that. I've never done a price break on this. I've never done a price break. So basically, you're saving 50 cents a coin. Okay, now when you're only paying really $3 a coin to start with, saving 50 cents a coin is a pretty big deal. Yeah. That's a pretty substantial, I mean, that's about a 15% savings, as you can see right there. When you take $20 off that, it's what, about 13.25%, something like that.
I was going to correct you, Mike, but
yeah, somewhere right around in there. But it's a nice $20 price break, and we've done the flex pay. So here's the key. Probably by far and away the single most difficult modern issue set to put together to get every single solitary one of the coins. All brilliant uncirculated, absolutely positively guaranteed, absolutely positively complete. Comes in the presentation box, comes in the with the airtight holders, do all that. You can see I've only got about 20 dozen of these left. I've only got about 20 dozen of these left, and as you go through here, this is incredible. Now they're going to start next year a brand new Golden Dollar series.
Oh, really?
The American Innovation Series.
They're going to give another shot.
We're going to give it another shot. We're going to get to dollar coins.
We're going to get it.
Now, none of those will ever be released into circulation, just like most of these weren't. Get your presidential dollar coins now.
Oh, wouldn't it be nice if someday you had this set and that set together?
Someday we will.
Someday we will, yeah.
Someday we will.
Item number is 625-247. We've got about 40 more seconds left to talk about this for flex pay of $34.99. And you're getting two
you get both
boxes,
because there's 39 presidential dollar coins. Okay, the 40th coin, like I said, I'm not going to leave a hole in the box right there, so I'm going to give you the reverse of the coin. Is what we're going to do. What we're going to do with that.
All right. So in our final 5 minutes of the show, we're going to bring back the Apollo 11 coin. We just showed it for a second in this hour. It went nuts. People are like, wait, what?
This is crazy.
So this is crazy. So come over to the TV set if you've been walking around, because you're not going to want to miss this one. The Apollo 11 coin that we're doing, 50th anniversary collection, is an amazing story, and you get the